Today we have gathered here to do the Kundalini Puja or the Adi Shakti Puja. There's a difference between the two. Adi Shakti is the total power of God, of His desire, while Kundalini is the one that is reflected, part which is reflected in the human beings as Kundalini. So there's a difference between the Adi Kundalini and the Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti is the Parashakti, is the power which is beyond all the powers, which controls all the powers. And one of the powers of Adi Shakti is Kundalini. For example, the Kundalini which is placed within me in the triangular bone is not totality of me. In the same way, the Kundalini which is placed within you is not the totality. Of course, it is the power which is there to give you your self-realization. It is the power that redeems you, that nourishes you, that enlightens your centers. But there are two other powers, as you know, very powerful, which are working through Ida and Pingala. And the third one is Mahalakshmi, which is in the center. Now, Kundalini's main job is to give you your self-realization, because she is your individual mother. Everyone has the Kundalini within himself or herself, reflected whatever may be the quality of that person. Now, as you see, reflections fall on everything. Say the reflection of the moon falls on the stone, we don't see any reflection. It then falls on a better reflector, say the water, then we can see the reflection. But when it falls on a mirror, which is very nicely made, say in Belgium, it reflects better. So that is how the reflection gradually goes on improving. In the same way, we have human beings who have different reflectors, but they can be improved and they can be made absolutely top class. It's possible. It depends now, here it comes the two other powers that are within. The one power which is the desire. Though the Kundalini, as we see, is the power of pure desire, that it doesn't want anything, but it wants to give you self-realization. The other two powers, one of them is the mundane desire. This mundane desire, if it becomes nothing but pure desire, then Kundalini has no problems from the left side. But if it is not a pure desire, but full of other desires, for example, the first desire of human beings, which comes from animals, I think, is food. He wants food to nourish himself. But human beings don't only take food to nourish, also for the taste of it or for the beauty of it, which is innately working in them. That's why we run after food which is very good, very tasty, all kinds of ideas we have. And there's no standard. Somebody can like this, somebody can like that. But the one who understands that the taste of the food is not important and can practice it, then it works. It works wonders. Because the lowest desire, which is of food, comes under your control. If you can sometimes go without food, of course not for God, but for yourself. God doesn't want you to starve. If you can live without food, if you can enjoy every type of food, then you have done a lot to improve the path of Sushumna for the Kundalini. I've seen in many cases that Kundalini just doesn't rise. She doesn't rise. Even if she rises, she falls back. This happens when a person is very self-indulgent. He's all the time thinking of things which are not of very great importance for spirituality. Apart from this, there's another horrible one, desire we have, is to grab as much money as possible, to think about